Okay, the next literary device is pun. And a pun is a name for often what we refer to as sort of a joke, a word joke, or word play, where words often take on double meanings. And I like to refer to them as dad jokes because my dad loves puns and he often makes puns, and they're the sort of jokes where you want to roll your eyes. Well, especially as a middle school student, and say, "Oh God, that is so corny, Dad." Not so funny. But at the same time, if you can understand puns and make your own puns, it shows that you have a really more sophisticated understanding of words, and it is a very true sign of maturity and sophistication, and your sense of humor. So it's often around 7th grade where you get to be really good at puns and understand them and get them a bit more. An example of a pun would be a vampire saying to his victim after he's maybe sucked his blood, "Thank you very much," right? Get it? Get it? Instead of "thank you very much," he's saying "fang you very much." He just uses fangs to bite his victim in the neck. Another one on the same sort of theme is a little bat saying to his mother, "I really want some friends to hang around with." Get it? Ha ha ha. Okay, also at lunch, on the certain popsicle sticks, they always have jokes on the popsicle sticks. Almost all of those are puns as well because they use a double meaning, a certain word that has two meanings, and they turn that into a joke. So take a minute to fill in any blanks in the pun section of your packet before moving on to the next literary device. Simile is like a metaphor because it's a comparison, a figure of speech that makes a comparison between two unlike or dissimilar things, but it uses the words like or as or than or appears or seems, usually like or as. Those are the ones that help you memorize. So simile, I always remember that to remind myself that similes use like or as. And that's how I've memorized it, and that was maybe how you could memorize it too. So instead of saying he was a bear tearing into his dinner, you would say he was like a bear tearing into his dinner. That would turn a metaphor into a simile. So similes and metaphors are very similar, except that a simile uses like or as. Another couple examples would be Mrs. Smith's coffee is like a punch in the stomach. Ooh, it's so hard, it's so strong, it's so maybe acidic, it just hits you right in the stomach when you drink it. Or saying a character laughed like a hyena, that's a simile. Or I was mad as a hornet, that's a simile as well. Anything, again, comparing two unlike things but using like or as. Okay, fill in the blank in the simile section if you haven't already. And then we'll move on to the next term, the next literary device. Again, pause if you need a little bit more time. Symbol. This is the last literary device that we need to talk about. A symbol is an object or a person or an action in a piece of writing that stands for an additional abstract emotion or idea. So it's something or a person that has some deeper meaning behind it, some emotional idea or abstract idea behind it. So an example, there are lots of examples in the classroom. The American flag is a symbol. We have it in all of our classrooms, but when we look at it, we don't just think of a piece of fabric with red, white, and blue. There are other things that come along with it. There are other abstract emotions or ideas that are tied up with that piece of fabric. Freedom, patriotism, home, what it means to be an American, all those sorts of things come along with that symbol. In writing, often in horror novels or in suspense novels, they'll have a black bird or an owl. An owl has historically been a symbol of death, or a crow or a raven, a black, dark bird, might show up in a scene where someone is about to die. Rain